Is Florida still affordable? Well, some parts are, some parts aren't. Just depends on where you want to live. And we're going to talk about some of those areas and where it's affordable and where it's maybe not so affordable. We're going to do that up next, so stay tuned. Hey, I'm Bill Bishop. I'm with the Living in Palm Coast channel, and this channel is really all about what it's like to live in the Palm Coast area, what it's like to live and move here, relocate here. And if you have any questions about this area, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, and we'd be happy to visit with you about this wonderful hidden gem in the northeast part of Florida. Now, a lot of people are asking us, about Palm Coast and whether it's really affordable. Well, the long and the short answer is, did I go over my? Oh, by the way, if you find a little value in these videos as far as giving you some information about, what it's like to live here, hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications bell, and you'll get notified every time you hit our video comes out, and also all of our contact information is below. So with that being said, I wanted to kind of get into the different areas of Florida. We're located up in Palm Coast, which is about an hour and a half from kind of northeast up to from Orlando. We're north of Daytona Beach and south of St. Augustine. And those are kind of distinct markets in and of themselves. St. Augustine has kind of its own market. It's a little bit more touristy, and then of course Daytona Beach, has the Daytona Speedway, and the driving on the beach is big out in Daytona. So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about Florida in general. The Florida average, I was just looking at this earlier, the average median price in Florida is like $341,000. Which it's up like 20% over the last year. But we in Florida, I was actually looking at this as well. So there are some other statistics about where we fall in our median home price, and that's kind of the price you need to look at is the median price. It gives you a little bit better indication of where the market is. Even then, I think the median prices that they give out a lot of times in these studies is a little bit below, or maybe even sometimes a lot below what the actual market value is. But it kind of gives you a little bit of an indication of the values, what's being sold, or basically what is recently sold in that area. They kind of average that out and come up with a median price. And then I noticed too, because in the Palm Coast market here, we had very few homes available, and I think we had like 150 homes, and we were hovering at that. These are single-family homes of all prices. That's not counting land and condos and things like that. And so I was looking at single-family homes, and we were hovering at about 150 there for a while, and now we're up to about 250 and getting, I think, up to 300. But the market's still a seller's market. I think it's a seller's market everywhere in Florida. You just kind of got to deal with it. I mean, one of the things as a buyer here in Florida and really anywhere is that, you just have to be ready to purchase the home. A lot of times we're doing showings with a live chat, and then a lot of times we come in, or I'll come in, and we'll film the whole house and put that up on a cloud drive, so the people who are actually out-of-town buyers, which is a lot of out-of-town buyers now, they don't have the time. They have jobs and other things they're trying to do in wherever they're coming from, and a lot of times what we're doing is remote showings, basically. So we go in, my partner Dana will a lot of times have the live chat going. We'll go through the whole property, film everything we can, and then we'll come and then I'll come out afterwards, and then we'll do a video of the whole property, just trying to get everything in, and then send that to the client, upload it so that you get access to it, and then you can kind of go back and look at it on your leisure. Now, that's what what we're having to do as real estate agents now, and really, the good agents that are kind of keeping up on the necessity to actually do those types of things are that's important. The agents that are providing that kind of service, like we do, I think is a value. I mean, if I were an out of town buyer and I was trying to pick a house basically sight unseen, we're giving you as many angles and things that you can look at, but you're not actually physically being there. So that's kind of a tough situation for a lot of people, because they're waiting on their home in wherever they're coming from. We're getting people from California. We're even getting people from Arizona, especially California and Arizona right now. Arizona prices are, this is an interesting thing that I heard the other day, was that there was a real estate expert, and you never know how these experts get their credentials and stuff like that, but she was mentioning that the Phoenix market is a really good indication of what's happening, what will happen throughout the rest of the United States in the next 6 months. So what does that mean? So in the Phoenix market, they were having a real low inventory as well, and they have had low inventories like everybody else pretty much in the hotter areas of the country. People wanting to move to are experiencing low supply. So what this real estate expert was saying was that it went from, they have a huge metropolitan area, went from like 3,500 homes available on the market, which is very low inventory for a city of that size, and now there are like 8,000 homes. You can never really time the market, but I think there are indications right now that the market is kind of stabilizing a little bit. It's becoming less of a seller's market, and there's some equilibrium happening. So I guess for people out looking, I think there's a little bit of a bright side. I don't think home prices cannot go up at 20% clip per year forever. Things will stabilize. There will be more inventory. Things happen that way. So one thing that is not affordable right now is rentals. Buyers are facing kind of a predicament, really, because they're sitting on their home. They possibly are in the process of selling their home, right? And they might need either a short-term rental, or in the case of maybe building something, they may need even a longer-term rental, or maybe they're waiting for a home to be completed. Those types of things. But for whatever reason, rentals are extremely expensive. I just looked on all the sites that we have available. I think the least expensive rental I found on the MLS this morning was $1,500 a month, and that wasn't even for a house. I think that was it for a condo, maybe a 2-bedroom, 1-bath condo. I mean, it was next to nothing. The types of things you need to think about too when you're, the whole timing aspect of it. I know that when I moved down here, I didn't put a whole lot of thought into, because I built a house, I had purchased a lot, I was building a home, and I had sold my property up north, and I was going to be moving down here, and things take longer. Both if you're thinking about coming down and looking for a property, and you have expectations about the kind of property you want, and you really want to hold out for that type of property, that's not always a good idea, because there are people that come in and they have these high expectations. I want a home, I want to be a certain age, I want the roof needs to be a certain age, want a pool, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, we have to kind of sit down and say, okay, here's kind of the reality. Here's the reality of the market. So we try to, you know, set the expectations so that when people are coming and they're starting to look around for homes, that, you know, that we're getting them into the areas that they can afford. You know, everybody has their different budgets, and so that, you know, that precludes, you know, some areas are out of the question, but some areas are better. So that's our job, is to try to figure out, you know, where you're going to get the home, where the home is going to meet the most things on your checklist as far as your expectations at the budget you need. So those are the types of things that you really need to you know, be aware of as far as setting those expectations, because you know, what you maybe sold your property for, or the type of house you had, where you're coming from, and then what you get are, you know, these are different things. So just keep that in mind. You know, Palm Coast is located, we're about 100,000 people. We're growing at about 2.5–3%. And, you know, just 25 miles north of us is St. Augustine. And St. Augustine is quite a bit more expensive. I looked up their median house price, and it was right around 500 to 550,000, something like that. And so they're quite a bit more expensive. They always have been more expensive than this Palm Coast area. I think it's just, I don't know why that is. You know, St. Augustine, the oldest city in the United States, and it, you know, gets a lot of tourists. It's got the, you know, all the history and that type of thing. So you've got a city like Palm Coast that's one of the newer cities in Florida. I think we were established in like 1977 or something like that. That's when they kind of set up the Welcome Center out on I-95. And I think St. Augustine was like 1520 or something. So they got us beat by a few years. Then there's Daytona, and Daytona is, their average price is right around 330,000. And you know, that's that Daytona Beach area and kind of Ormond Beach, but basically the Daytona Beach area. And then you've got Palm Coast, and we are we're under actually the average. I think the new average price for Florida homes is 415,000. Our average, our median price is 379,000. The types of stuff, the activities and the things that we have here in Palm Coast, the 19 miles of beaches, the beautiful parks and the paths and the biking and all that stuff, you know, and it's relatively undiscovered. And people aren't really happy that I'm turning other people on to Palm Coast, but, you know, it's a good thing. I want to, you know, and I love it, and I think everybody should at least know about it. All right, the next thing I really wanted to talk to you about is in the affordability category is new construction. Is new construction affordable? Well, not really. Builders are still building like crazy. Most builders are just building. They have purchased a land, they're building the homes, and you know, as soon as those homes get built, they get released, and they're up for bid, or a lot of times you have to actually get on the website and get ready to purchase that property as soon as it hits the market. And that's where we kind of come in. You know, we're always talking to these builders, trying to figure out when they're going to be releasing these homes. And then if we have our buyers, you know, positioned so that they know, you know, the exact day, time, and date that home is going to be on the market, then they're going to be able to win that bid. Now, you know, that's one of the things that, you know, people are finding is that, you know, because this is such a seller's market, and in particular builders, you know, when it's the good times and they're selling homes left and right, you know, they tend not to give you that extra love and care that you so expect, you know, when things aren't so good and you walk into that model home and, you know, and they're giving away incentives and they, you know, giving away this, that, and the other thing, and the upgrades on the cabinets and this, that, and the other thing. Well, those days are over for a while anyway, because they're just so damn busy. More homes are coming on, so there's a lot more to choose from. But a lot of people, when they're moving, just even in the last 6-9 months, is that, you know, they've had to readjust their expectations as far as, like, you know, what kind of home they want and where they want to be. So anyway, I just thought that, you know, we're talking a little bit about affordability here. Palm Coast is really, again, one of those hidden gems where you have kind of the whole deal. You know, you have a great little community, clean, safe, low crime, and wonderful schools, and kind of set out away from, you know, the rest of the big cities and so on and so forth. So that's kind of one of the nice things. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video today on affordability and where, you know, where the areas are in Palm Coast. We can talk more specifically about the specific areas in another video. Just wanted to give you kind of an overview of the areas and what those prices are, and where you want to maybe relocate. And maybe it's Palm Coast. So if it is, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and we'd be happy to, you know, visit with you about, you know, checking out this area. You know, next time you're in town, we'll hook up and we can show you around. Anyway, hit that subscribe button, hit that little notifications bell, and you'll get notified every time we do a new video. And thanks for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.